Witch of Jasmine, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a reading for Sagittarius moons. How are you guys doing? Okay, there we go. That other one kind of looked like it wanted to come out, but I think it was that one. So as I'm shuffling out your cards, I invite you to take some deep breaths to calm yourself, ground yourself, say hello to my kitty cat Cheralyn. There we go. And this one too. I've had to relocate my filming area. It's okay, Cheralyn. There's this big window right here. I'm like right against the wall. So she's like up on her two legs looking out the window. But if you've been here before, you know that Cheralyn is always crawling around in my videos. She's always here. I call her my executive producer because she's always helping. Oh, be careful. There's fire there. Come here. Not so close. Okay. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was upright. Oh gosh. She usually doesn't come on while I'm shuffling out the cards. Cheralyn, careful. Okay. Okay, anyway, sorry that got a little chaotic, but Sagittarius moons. That looks... Oh, did she move this? I was gonna say that looks really crooked. Oh gosh, hold on, let me... Did she move that? I wasn't really looking, but... Okay, anyway, I think we're good. Sagittarius moons, let's get into your reading. So for the oracle card, we have Ritual. With... Oops. There we go. With Leo and the earth element. All right, and then for your tarot cards, we have the Chariot reversed, Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, the Standing Stone, aka Justice, Five of Pentacles, and lastly, Nature reversed, aka the Devil reversed. So I think with this reading, I actually want to start over here with this Ten of Pentacles and Nature reversed. You may or may not, maybe for some of you, are in this kind of turning point with something. Just being that we have this Ten of Pentacles as well as this Ace of Pentacles here. Sorry, there's cat hair. I don't want to like say that definitively for sure, but some kind of turning point with maybe in kind of some mental, emotional type way. Getting over this thing I'm about to talk about here, making a lot of progress with that and moving on to the next thing. Practically implementing that in your life. I feel like me explaining that sounds complicated, but let's just get into it. So, Nature reversed. This is a little bit of a complicated card because the Devil itself, which is the equivalent in the standard Rider-Waite-Smith deck, is already a little complicated, but this interpretation of it is also a little bit complicated, so I'm going to spend some time explaining it to you. So the Devil card in tarot does not represent a literal demon, right? When we're talking about symbolism in tarot, they are symbols, they're metaphors. And the Devil represents temptation, addiction, instant gratification. Essentially, the devil on your shoulder telling you, like, oh, just give in. Oh, just a little won't hurt you. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. Those kinds of things. Because an important aspect of the devil is that they are things that feel inescapable, feel like you are tied to them, feel like you're chained to them. But in reality, you're not, right? They're things that you have the strength and power within you to overcome, to get away from, to change. Because even though it might not feel so bad in the moment, it might make you feel good in the moment, in the long run, they are things that are very destructive, right? That's why I say like an addiction, things like that, or some sort of toxic relationship, things like that. So now, taking that a step forward with this nature card, we're talking about things that are more personal to you. Like I was explaining before, those tend to be things that are outside of you. They are outside influences that are tempting you. So with this nature card, it's you. It's your inner self wanting to do the things that are in the long run harmful or destructive because short term they feel like the easiest thing to do. So again, to reiterate, with this nature card, we're talking about self-imposed restrictions, things that you may feel like you're tied to, but you aren't actually, or not at least as much as you think you are, So all of that being said, we have it reversed, which tells me, especially considering we have this 10 of Pentacles above it, means that you have done a great job overcoming whatever this is for you. I think you may be in those final stages of really getting over this thing that has held you back in the past, or that you are trying to let go of and saying, yes, I can. Maybe there are outside things that are telling me I can't let go of this thing. Maybe some part of me feels like I can't let go of this thing, but I am doing my best to let go of it anyway because I'm sick and tired of having it hold me back in my life. So, 10 of Pentacles, I feel like you're doing a really, really good job letting go of this thing. Because like I said, I think it might be something that maybe at first you thought that you were just some habit or whatever that you've maybe had the mindset of, well, I've been like this my whole life, so it is what it is. Well, I was raised like this. Well, my circumstance makes me do this. Or, well, I feel like this person is making me do this. Whatever it is, right? I feel like throughout this little journey of working to heal this thing, you may have had this realization of, actually, no, this is just something I believed I was chained to, I was bound to, But here I am realizing that I'm the one who gets to fix it. Welcome back, Cheralyn. Oh God, I wonder if having this window here is really distracting. Maybe I should get something else for her to sit on. Because her tail goes crazy and I get nervous with this candle here. When she's looking at something she wants to hunt. So, moving on from that, I told you we were going to spend a long time on this part, but it's because I wanted to really explain it thoroughly. So moving on, Ace of Pentacles with 5 of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is this beautiful, bright, very dreamy card. A lot of times it can symbolize or be a message that there is some new opportunity coming for you. Is that a weird way to say that? A new opportunity is coming to you in your life. But obviously this is a general reading. I don't want to make any promises with that. But either way, Ace of Pentacles is about, all of the Ace cards, of course, are about starting something new. Or at least having a new perspective on something, a new outlook on something in a very optimistic, dreamy, excited type of way. I probably should have said this before, but with this Pentacles energy, I see we've got a lot in here. Pentacles is that earth energy. It's a very grounded energy, and it can refer to earthly or material things. So that can be like money, resources, the things that you need to survive, things like that. So I do think that that's what we're talking about with all of this. Probably should have said that earlier, sorry. But we do have this Five of Pentacles here, which is, it's a sign to me that now that you have, overcome this, are in the end stages of overcoming this, you may be in a place where you feel like you're lacking something. Just as an example, maybe this is, we're talking about letting go of a toxic relationship. And now that you are free of that, which is very, very good, you're still kind of left with like, well, shoot, I was kind of relying on them for this thing, like, well, I needed them to help me with the kids, or I needed, they were people who helped me financially, and now I don't have that, So I think there may be a little bit of that here. Which, now that I'm saying all of this out loud, that might be the reason why you were so scared or felt like you couldn't walk away from this thing, because you felt like you couldn't work around it. You needed to rely on that thing for whatever. So of course, now that you have done the very difficult work of getting through it, now you're on the other side of it and you're like, okay, well, I don't have this thing. What do I do? So I think number one, remembering that walking away from this thing is a good thing. You needed to walk away from this thing. You needed to stop doing this thing. So even though it might be a little difficult right now, look at that bright, shining sunshine, right? It might be difficult right now. It's a transition time. Things are, need to resettle into place and be figured out. But it is ultimately for your highest good. Ultimately, these are just growing pains. At some point, it will be a lot better. But let's get a little more specific about what you can do, what might be helpful during this time. We have the Chariot reversed with Standing Stone, aka Justice. So the Chariot tells me that you are feeling a little bit out of control, that you're having a really, well, even just looking at this card, I think you can piece together what it means, right? We have this little lady with their little kitty cat. That's so cute. Unsure where to go, this way or that way. What does she do? And she's there right now at this fork in the road. She has to figure it out right now, and that can be overwhelming and scary, especially if you don't totally know which way or what's going to come up. Either way you go, right? So I think you may be kind of feeling overwhelmed with the decision making. One thing I will say about the Chariot when it comes up is, even though this might sound like such a little thing, I think it's also very important to mention. The Chariot tells me that this is your decision. You are the one who has to figure out what to do, which is tough, but it also means that you are the one who is capable of making that decision. It's your time to shine. This is you stepping into your power. And again, it'll only help you. And it doesn't mean that it's going to turn out exactly how you want it to, or that you won't make any mistakes, or anything like that, but it does mean that this is a very, very big, if I haven't implied it already, very big growing moment for you. This is you evolving a lot right now. And yeah, so, oh, sorry, that was the wind. I live in a very windy area, sorry. Anyway, being at this difficult spot and trying to figure out what to do, what you should try to rely on right now is your morals. How do your morals play into this? As well as what is the most honest way to go through this? Meaning that maybe one of your options right now is to do something a little more tricky, a little more deceitful, a little sneaky. I would not recommend doing that. You want to do things honestly, fairly, and Cheralyn, what aligns the most with your morals. I think that will lead you down the best path for you in this situation. Okay, Sagittarius moons. This was a very dense reading. I hope I was able to communicate it well with you again. Cheralyn's back. If you have any questions about this, or if you'd like any part of this clarified, please let me know. You can leave a comment, or you can just reach out to me, whichever you prefer. If you're feeling particularly drawn to any of these cards, or if you'd like a little more information about any of them, on the shorts part of my channel, I have several hundred of those little shorts videos where I talk about each of the cards. I talk about their upright meaning, their reverse meaning, as well as the symbolism within them. So if you'd like a little more information, I highly recommend you go check that out. But Sagittarius moons, one more time, very, very good job with all of this. I've struggled with this card in the past myself, and I know it is not easy to get through and overcome. And it can feel like you have these alarm bells going off in your head of this is wrong, I'm not supposed to do this. But that means that you are also actively unlearning these things that have kept you down for so long. And even though it does feel very painful and very wrong sometimes, I hope you do feel that deep down it is absolutely the right thing to do. So very good job with that. But I'm wishing you so much luck. I'm wishing you all the best. And I will see you again soon. Bye!